Hot News Update Coronavirus April 17, 2020. Note, this is a collaborative video made between Travel for All Fanpage and Knowledge of Coronavirus channel. Please respectfully welcome everyone. The following is the remarkable news most on April 17 at 1. U.S. News. President Donald Trump has unveiled new guidelines to help states loosen restrictions. He told governors it's their decision on when and how to reopen. President Donald Trump's instructions about reopening the U.S. economy during the corona pandemic show a three-phase plan that will allow some states to start as early as this month remove restrictions on blocking the spread of COVID-19. New York and other hot spots are experiencing prolonged peaks of the coronavirus pandemic, while southern states may not get hit as hard as earlier projected, experts say. Numbers: COVID-19 has infected more than 2.1 million people and killed at least 146,000 worldwide, according to Johns Hopkins University. Updated 7:12 a.m. ET, April 17, 2020. 3. China News. China economy shrinks. The world's second largest economy experienced its worst 3-month period in decades as the pandemic forced weeks of shutdowns. Wuhan city officials in China on Friday added 1,290 new deaths from coronavirus to the statistics. Thus, up to now, the total number of infections in this city is 50,333 people, with 3,869 deaths, which means that the total number of deaths from epidemics increased by 50% compared to the past. China has recently faced increased U.S. scrutiny to be transparent in its reporting on the virus. 4. Japanese News. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe on April 16 extended the emergency nationwide and the glue extended to May 6 to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Last month, the number of infections in Japan increased sharply to more than 8,600, according to statistics from Johns Hopkins University. 5. French News. France is the third country in the continent in terms of the number of deaths. The COVID-19 epidemic killed 17,920 people, of which 11,060 died in hospitals, an increase of 417 cases in 24 hours. In nursing homes and social health facilities, 6,860 cases, increasing by 336 cases in 24 hours. The number of infected cases in France has reached a record high in the past 24 hours, with 17,164 new cases, bringing the number of infected cases to 165,027, of which the number of hospitalized people is 31,305 cases, down 474 cases, compared to the previous day and the day. Fourth consecutive decrease. There are still 6,248 patients in intensive care, down 209 people compared to the previous day and the 7th consecutive reduction day. To date, 32,812 people have recovered and been discharged from the hospital. 6. English News. In the UK, Secretary of State Dominic Raab announced that it would extend a blockade to limit the spread of SARS-CoV-2 for at least another 3 weeks. The statement was made in the context of the UK still recording hundreds more deaths due to COVID-19. In the past 24 hours, the UK recorded 4,617 additional cases and 861 deaths, bringing the total number of infections to 103,093 cases, with 13,729 deaths. 7. Singapore News. Singapore is the Southeast Asian country with the highest number of COVID-19 virus infections in the past 24 hours, with 728 new infections, a record increase of the day, bringing the total number of cases to 4,427 people. However, Singapore still maintained a number of deaths of 10 people because no new cases were recorded. 8. South Africa News. In the past 24 hours, South Africa recorded 99 new cases, bringing the total number of COVID-19 cases to 2,605 cases, ranking the second continent in the number of cases after Egypt, with 2,673 cases, an increase of 168 cases in the past 24 hours. Notably, South Africa recorded 14 more deaths, a record since the country recorded its first death on March 23, bringing the total number of deaths here to 48 people. South Africa currently has a COVID-19 test for 95,060 people. 9. Massachusetts-based biochemist Moderna Therapeutics said it shipped its first batch of COVID-19 vaccines in just 42 days. Moderna has introduced a new vaccine, with Moderna's designed with the purpose of making the protein of SARS-CoV-2. The vaccine, after being injected into the body, will be recognized by the immune cells and trigger the process of destroying the virus. Moderna's vaccine is scoring in time, and if it really passes the test, its ability to replicate quickly shows its effectiveness against a potentially contagious disease like COVID-19. Of course, with today's advanced medical skills, many people expect the time to develop the SARS-CoV-2 vaccine to be shortened. But the truth is that vaccine production is still a long-term process, going through many stages, and every stage is long to prove safety and effectiveness. And the final difficulty, after going through difficult trials, a vaccine product must also solve the problem of production cost-effectiveness before reaching the market. 10. Vietnam news. In Vietnam, up to 7 p.m. on April 17, there have been no new cases reported in the last 24 hours. The number of COVID-19 infections is 268, with 177 cases recovering. 91 cases are being treated at the above health facilities. Country. There are 73,758 people in close contact, and entry from the epidemic area are under health monitoring isolation, of which 369 people are concentrated in isolation in the hospital. 11,628 are isolated in other facilities. 61,761 people isolate at home, place of stay. Our newsletter is now over. Thank you for always watching and supporting our videos. Knowledge of Coronavirus, Channel and Travel for All Fantage respectfully, and see you in the next video.